My name is Derek Dow. I am the director, co-writer, and actor in the film Mama, I Made It.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hats.
That's a lot of hats, bro.
That's cool.
That's a lot of...
Talk to me about some of your inspiration for writing the film.
Well, honestly, Mama, I Made It was just like, I was in Greece, and I was, you know how you get to that point as an artist where you like, oh, you gotta make things because you need money, you need money, you need money. And I was like, can I just make something with whatever's in my savings account right now? And I adapted a skit, and I turned it into a short film, and I was like, yo, one day we're gonna have to knock out 12 pages, we're gonna get the actors there, we're gonna one location, and boom, and that's how Mama, I Made It came out. So it was more so about me wanting to push myself as an artist, and then also like, I want to act in it too. So it's like, you're gonna have to direct, you're gonna have to act, are you sure you wanna do all that? And it was good. It was a good Saturday hanging out with my friends and making art. So that's really what the purpose of it was.
So did you shoot it in Greece, or were you?
No, I shot it. I was in Greece, and I wanted to get inspired. and I was looking at the ocean, and I was just like, yo, let's see what you can do with what's in your account instead of always waiting to like raise money through Indiegogo or seeing if somebody was interested. You know, this one was like that. Because my film before, you know, we raised the money, it's been on HBO, it's on Cinemax now, but I just wanted to like keep creating. You know, sometimes you get so diluted and confused by trying to get everybody else to believe in you. It's just like, sometimes you're like, let me believe in myself, put the skin up and just make it happen, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is your first time doing a film like that, where you were just like, I'm gonna go out and make it happen with just me, some friends, and not wait for anybody else.
This is not the first time me making a film like that. This is like me going back to the roots of it. When I first got excited to make film in the beginning, and it was just about like your friends getting together and whoever, and not taking any no's for an answer. It's like, as you go through your career, sometimes, like I said, you get like, you start to feel like you're supposed to do more and get more and stuff like that, and then that stops you from creating when you forget that the baseline of it is just something you enjoy doing, you know? Yeah. So that was me taking my power back instead of saying, oh, I'm waiting for, you know, people to donate to a campaign, or I'm waiting for, it's like, no, you know, you got $600. Can you make something with $600? And that's how we made Mama, I Made It, you know?
So tell me a little bit about the film.
So basically the film is, it's a story of relationships, you know? It's this girl who wants to impress her mom, and you know, like show her this nice big house and that she got, and that she made it, Mama, I made it. But her brother happens to be visiting the same time her mom is, and he just doesn't believe that she's accomplished all this on the up and up, you know? And so he starts to try to break down the walls, you know, like that. That's all I can really give you without giving you.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
So what do you, as a filmmaker, you know, as a writer, like I said, you got a lot of hats on.
Yeah.
What are you hoping that the audience take from this film when they see it?
Well, honestly, I just want them to have a good time. Like, really just watch it and have a good time. Like, I pride myself on, like, not making films that are quote unquote black films. Just, here's a situation that no matter what race is in it, you can relate to. It's like, yo, because it's about the relationship, you know? Like, yo, this could have been a Caucasian brother and sister. It could have been an Asian, Mexican, doesn't even matter. So that's what I just want. I just want them to sit in there and have a good time and not have it be loaded by saying, well, you know, it's African American, thanks for showing us on the screen. We need to be represented, that's true, but sometimes you just need to go in there and just have a good time, you know?
So as a black filmmaker, as a black artist, is it hard to, you know, just create film like this film where you're not trying to fit it into a box? Basically, I guess what I'm asking, as a black artist, as a black filmmaker, do you find people try to put you in a box?
Well, as a black filmmaker, I do find like that people try to put you in the box just because it's always, people try to make it so heavy. Like everything we do has to have a message. And then if the message is not what you like, then it's like, why did you make that message? I have films that literally people walked up to me and was like, brother, why are you showing us in this light and stuff like that? And I'm just like, well, you know, this is for the particular story. This particular story, not all my, it's not like I have a series and everything I do is the same thing, you know? I've made movies about a director who takes his set hostage. I've made movies about brothers struggling with one of their brothers coming out the closet. I've made, you know, from the slapstickiest thing to more serious things. I tell people all the time, I don't handcuff my art. If you want me to handcuff my art, then I'm not the artist for you. You know, my thing is I'm not here to single-handedly save black people. I'm here to show you as many stories and angles I can of us. It's like anybody else. You got good black people, you got bad black people, and you got everybody in between. You know what I'm saying? That's us as a people, as humanity in general. So that's what I base my stories on. I literally have a nugget of something I feel I want to do, and then that's what I do. I don't worry about repercussion.
I think that's dope, man. I don't handcuff my art.
Yeah, dope.
That was dope. Is there anything particular other than like the seas of Greece that inspire you to make your films, or you know, where do you draw your inspiration from when you're creating?
I'm honestly experienced. They always say I feel like the motto of like go with what you know is like that's what you should do. You know, that's where you should come from. So like sometimes I might make a comedy, but it stemmed from anger. Like so basically. I made a comedy called This Ain't Your Movie, which was a hybrid blaxploitation about this black director who felt oppressed by his producer. Let's just say his producer at the time. And so he wound up taking his set hostage so he could make the film the way he wanted to make the film. And I was at grad school at the time, and I was feeling oppressed by my professors, you know, who I felt didn't understand like my stories. But instead of like making this angry film, I said, yo, I'm gonna have fun with this. And you know, and I made a hybrid blaxploitation, and it did really well for me. So just nuggets. Like my next feature is based off of being a young black kid growing up on the south side of Chicago, you know, in Inglewood and West Chatham. But not in a sense that it's like, oh, we focusing on gang violence and stuff. That's just the backdrop. See, because what's irregular to you is normal to me. You see what I'm saying? And that's as when people go through our neighborhoods, because even like now they got the Inglewood where people can ride buses, which I think is ridiculous, through the hoods and like observe us in our natural habitat. It feels like a zoo to me. But it's like that can be as absurd as me riding into your house that's worth $1 billion and you know you got maids doing everything, you don't gotta make up your own bed. That's just as absurd to me as in our living conditions. But we get stories, and here's the backdrop of it all. So here's my backdrop. I just happen to be from Inglewood. I just happen to be from West Chatham. I just happen to be a black kid on the south side of Chicago. I didn't wake up every day being black in the sense of like, I'm black today, and today I gotta, no. I woke up like, I gotta go to school, Mom. I just happen to have to go under that viaduct on 82nd to get to college, So things like that.
Yeah, I understand that, man.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about one of your favorite experiences as a producer or a writer or a director.
I would say one of my favorite experiences now was my last film, and it was called The Big Chop. It was the one before my mom made it, in the sense that was just like an amazing experience. It was like one of the first times I had any like form of a budget, and 3 days, I had to shoot with kids and adults. I had to shoot with the younger version of the adults, and we did it through SAG and everything, so we had to pay attention to all. But it was the way everybody came together and just seeing everybody work, and what we came out with was amazing. And then for my lead to go on and become the first black woman superhero in Luke Cage, which was amazing. So it's like, I get to watch my movie, then I get to go watch her and be like, yo, I got to work with that. So for me, it was just like working with artists at that caliber, at that level, and then what I was able to come up with shooting 15 pages in 2.5 days with kids and all these locations, and even the opportunities I was able to give my friends who feel like they're overlooked in the casting sessions. And I was able to like, well, you know what? Not over here. Get in front of this camera. Here's the opportunities, and that feels good to me. That made me feel really good. Give
me the flip. A time where it's just like, man, nothing is going right. Everything is just falling down. And how did you overcome it?
Okay, well, the flip is like any movie you do where you got no budget, which is a lot of them for me. Any movie where you have no budget and it's like, and the team passion is not there. See, I tell people it's not the lack of money, it's the lack of passion with the people that surround the project. You see what I'm saying? Because you can have people that know money, but their skill set, their sweat equity is invaluable. And if you have that, that's great. But I've had a lot where it's just like some homies that's just like, they thought, a day of filming was gonna be 2 hours, and it was gonna be a whole bunch of women, and it's gonna be super glamorous. And I'm like, no, it's just us, some fruit snacks, and some handshakes, and we need to, get the shot, and we need to get that happening. Been ran off of locations before because you don't have the permits, you don't have, I remember shooting on the train, on the CTA, train to L. And it was literally like, we were shooting and stopped. They were like, you guys can't do that here. We were like, all right. And then we were riding down like 4 more, get off and just keep trying to get the shot, and then, see you got sound issues. Post kills you. So for anybody who say fix it in post, don't listen to them. You need to fix it on set right then and there and get it done. Because post, that way your post goes better. Because if not, you redoing most of your movie in post, which is a pain in the butt. Yeah.
Any other advice that you would give to young filmmakers other than avoid the post fix?
Other than, my advice that I would give to young filmmakers is everything you need is already inside you. That voice is your voice and it's unique. Don't go and try to emulate someone else. Don't think you need to make something else to like satisfy another audience. None of us, our voices are original, but what we like is not. So if you like something, I guarantee you it's an audience for that. So just make it. Make it. I guarantee you right now, if I just went and shot a tree blowing in the wind and put some music to it, somebody's gonna go, oh my God, what he was saying is the circle of life. It's going, somebody's gonna find something deep and detailed about it, as long as you authentically like it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Stay true to your voice and get your voice out there. You deserve to be heard. And your first thing might not be good, your first 20 things might not be good, but what you're doing is refining and finding a way to make your voice, relatable to other people, and that will happen. That will happen,